Welcome to Planted. In this episode, we take a courtyard tour in mid-May. Now here we've got our beautiful fig plant, and you can see we've got a fig right there. And this plant went through the winter really well. Lots of nice branches. Did pruning down here at the base, cleaned out all the leaves, all the dead branches. But over here you can see we've got a stray branch with nice big thick leaves. What's happened is that low branch is gaining radiated heat from the wall, and it's put it into leaf earlier. So we've got bigger leaves there and smaller leaves elsewhere. Let's keep going. Oh, just look at that. This is the beech hedge. And those buds open in 2 weeks. They put on about 2 feet of growth. There's our branch there that starts. We come all the way down to the step. That's how fast plants grow. Let's keep going into our jungle. Here is the spectacular wisteria, looking very healthy. Let that grow and gather some momentum. And then I'll come by and do a pruning. More of our wonderful beech. The beech hedge is just one of my favorites. There's another fig opening out. That's a French fig. And then we've got the must-have peony. Peony are very slow to get going. I bought this as a bare root plant in the store that shall not be named. And this is 4 years old. Finally it got there. We've got about 20 buds. One of the key things is I like to stake it with wooden stakes, and you see I've got 3 here at different heights. And this is where the crown is. You want to make sure that these stakes are put in the ground away from that crown. Don't accidentally jam a stake through the middle. And that's got some nice soft garden twine keeping it together. And then I'll probably do another up here so it doesn't explode. Done lots of planting in the last 2 weeks. All sorts of things have come out of the greenhouse, and we've got them planted and in the ground. Now, just look at this. This is Aleogine. Its common name is the blue hibiscus. If you ask for blue hibiscus, you won't end up with this. Wonderful plant. And you get this unfurling of the petals. That'll get 3 feet high, 3 feet across, covered in flowers. Got our pots planted. This is Euphorbia Diamond Frost. Very feathery, very reliable. Now in the back there is the white everlasting sweet pea. I've never found that plant growing for sale, so I had to buy seeds to get that plant. And in the last 2 weeks, it has exploded in growth. It'll go right up that little metal frame onto the fence in no time whatsoever. If we keep coming across here, we want to have a look at this. Down in the patio, this is the Verbena bonariensis. And then we've got, this is a weed, but you've got to look very carefully. This is the weed. This is the verbena. That is thyme. That's what we want. We want that to grow. So there'll be some hand weeding through here, which is time consuming. Let's keep going. Wonderful, wonderful plant. Haven't talked about this. This is Alstroemeria Casablanca. Absolutely first rate. Grow 3.5 feet high, big exotic flowers. I'll get some stakes on that soon. In the back, there's the Anisodontia, 20 flowers, and that will keep flowering until October. So the rest of May, June, July, August, September, October. To me, that is a really good return. Here we have the spectacular Salvia Amistad. Just see the flowers coming. This was a root I had in the greenhouse all winter, just practically dry. I don't think I ever gave it water. And it's now rewarding us with this huge energy stored in the crown, is now going into fast growth. There's our very happy looking Nicotiana. If you remember, this one looked a bit sad, but we've got nice new shoots on it now with flowers and nice healthy leaves, and it's starting to break down here with lots more shoots. Oh, this is funny. I found that in the garden a few years ago when I was digging the soil. Now we come over here. There's the asparagus, 7 feet high, big foliage. There's our lilies, which are 3.5 feet high. So here we get a nice step down. This will be big and full. Then we'll come down to this. And I've got another plant that I've sown seeds in here called a sculpture. So we'll have the path, a sculpture, lilies, and then go up to the asparagus. Now you'll notice back there that the frame has gone. The wooden frame has been lifted out. It was a very easy project, nothing too difficult. It's nice to get that all cleaned up. Now this is important. These are the mandevilla that I planted in a previous episode. And it would be very easy to look and see these broken leaves that are falling off and think that we didn't do a very good job. A better indication is this. These shoots here, fresh and alive and vibrant with lots of buds on. And you can see right there, another cluster. And all these shoots are very, very much alive. So they'll get wound onto the frame and they'll do just fine. So there's a tree dahlia. This is going to grow 6 feet high, and I've seen it in the last 10 days. It's doubled in size, big thick stems. Very happy about that. Now this is the echium. We had some rain earlier today, and that little rosette is studded with droplets of water. I just think that's wonderful. It looks so elegant. Got another fig. Oh, and now this is the Romnea. Now it didn't do much for a time, and then it shot out this new shoot with great enthusiasm. I love that glaucous grey-blue, and that will have big white flowers at some point. Now over here we've got our path that goes around to the beech hedge. Each side I have sown a sculpture seeds this way and then down here, and they are the Californian poppy. And they've got a nice feathery foliage with the white flowers, creamy white flowers. So that'll look good. And then I did the same right here. And the reasoning is I want the path to be clear. So rather than planting right close to the edge, the seeds were sown about a foot in. And then they'll mound and come down and finish. If you were to plant there and plant there, you'll get plants growing 6 inches each side. And you end up with a very narrow, tight path, which we don't want. Coming around the corner, we've got 4 huge white dahlias. They have been put there so that they can be tied up against that rather grubby little fence. But I'll get that cleaned at some point. Over here we've got the cardiocrinum in the shady corner. This is the Impatiens tinctoria. And this is just like the mandevilla in that down below some of the leaves are a little discolored. But if you look up here, the tips are perfect, which would indicate that the plant is not stressed in any way. So I hope that takes the morning sun, and we get the shade in the afternoon when it'll do fine. I just hope it doesn't get too hot in the daytime. This is a plant my wife wanted. This is Lilac Miss Kim. Great fragrance. And each flower cluster is made up of numerous individual florets. And that one is just in bud. And if you want a fragrant plant, you really can't do better than Lilac Miss Kim. It really is quite choice. Now I don't know if you can see this, but we'll give it a go. Be careful where I stand. That little plant right there is another impatiens. It's Impatiens balsamifera. And I had some seed, and I tried to grow them in pots and they wouldn't grow. So I cast the seed out here 2 months ago, and they got a few cold cycles, and then it started to germinate. So once I know how many have germinated, I'll get in there and clear out that area. There you go, that's the garden. Got to say, it's coming together nicely. Put a lot of plants in, and the shape is coming. You really can see the structure and the different layers. I strongly recommend that when you do planting, don't try and do all of it at once. get 10 plants in and get them planted, get them set. And then you can, a few days later, do a few more. Yeah, there we go. That's what we're looking at. That's the courtyard. Fully expect from here in the summer for those chairs to be almost hidden. Anyway, that's a courtyard tour. Thank you for watching Planted. Please like and subscribe.